Welcome to My Skills My Future, a career mentoring platform. In today's video, we'll discuss the questions which were asked in APPSC Group 2 Mental Ability, and the exam was conducted on 25th of this month, that is yesterday itself. So let us try to solve the questions with a shortcut method or how to deal the questions in a simple manner. In this video, we'll see it now. And this video will clarify the aspirants who written the exam and also helpful for the students who are preparing for competitive exams as well as for placement exams. And let's see the explanation regarding each question one by one here. Here is the first question. So this question comes under blood relations topic. So here he gave A3B means A is the mother of B, A9B means A is the father of B, A11B means A is the brother of B, and A12B means A is the sister of B. So here what he asked in the question, which of the following expression means that P is the maternal uncle of Q? So those who listen my class, we already explained this problem in our classroom itself. Only the data is different here. So what he gave in the question, what he asked us to find means, so find the relation. P is the maternal uncle of Q among the given options. So among the given options, we have four options. So we need to satisfy this equation. So in order to solve this method, what I told first, we need to check the gender and then we need to check the generation gap here. So in the question, he gave P is a maternal uncle, which means P must be a male person. Here P must be a male person. So if the options which contain the female option, we need to eliminate that one. So among see here, so first we check the gender of P here. So P3. So 3 reference means what? Mother. So which means P is a female person in this option. And here P11. So 11 means what here? So 11 means brother. So here P may be a male person. Next, you can see here we already discussed in our classes that if any persons present at the end of the question, we are unable to find the gender. So here P was present at the end, and in the first option also P was present at the end. So our answer to be directly option 3. So only thing we need to check here, we need to check the gender of P, and we need to remember one point. If any person was present at the end, the answer or gender of that person we cannot define that person gender. So this point we already explained in the introduction classes or our classes clearly how to deal that question. So the answer for this particular problem will be option 3. And let's move to the next question here, and here is the next question, and this question comes under odd man out or classification. So among the given series, so one number was odd, so our one number is different here, so that number we need to find here. So before finding that number, so we need to find what is the logic involved in this one. So the logic involved in this question is, so every number is multiplied with 1.5 and then added with 1. Suppose 2 into 1.5 plus 1 will get to 4 here, and similarly 4 into 1.5 plus 1 will get to 7 here, and 11, this is 11.5 into 1.5 plus 1 will get it as 18.25. Okay, similarly 7 into 1.5 plus 1 also will get 11.5, and 18.25 into 1.5 plus 1 will get it as 28.375. And at the end, if we multiply 28.375 with 1.5 and then added with 1, we'll get the answer as 43.5625. But in the question he gave it as 42.56. So the odd one among this one is option D. So the logic behind this problem is into 1.5 and then added with 1. So remember the logic. And let us move to the next question here. And here is the next question. So Priyanka bought 20 plates and 12 teacups. She marked up the plates, so she increased the plates price by 15% and the teacups by rupees 20 here on the cost price. And she sold 75% of the plates and 8 teacups. She made a total profit of 385 rupees. if the cost of teacup is 60% of the cost of the plate, and then she got no return, which means she didn't receive any profits in the unsold items here, then what is the overall profit or loss? If you observe in all the options we have loss only, so she definitely get the loss, but we need to find what is that loss actually. So let us read the question here, or let us solve or simplify the question here. So in the question I gave that teacup is 60% of the cost of the plate. Suppose if we assume the plate is of 100 rupees and the teacup is of 60 rupees. So in the question what he gave, she had bought 20 plates and 12 teacups. If we find the cost of that 20 plates and 12 teacups, 20 into 100 and plus 12 into 60, that will be equals to 2720. And later what happened means she marked up the plate by 15%. So 100 15% of 100 will be 115, and later the teacup price is also increased by 20 rupees. Now the teacup price is of 80 rupees, and she sold how many? She sold 75% of the plates, which means 75% of 20 will be of 15. 75% of 20 will be of 15 plates plus sisal and 8 teacups. So the plates now is 115 and the teacup plates is of 80. 15 into 115 plus 8 into 80, that will be equals to 2365. So we need to find the difference in between these two here. Okay, I know this is not necessary for us here. So the difference between these two values, 2720 minus 2365, will get that as 355 as is loss. So the answer for this particular problem will be option 3. So this data we are not using here. So this is the easiest method to solve this question here. I hope you understand. And here is the next question. Mahesh and Krishna engaged to do work. Mahesh working alone takes 8 hours more than to complete the job of if both work together. And if Krishna worked alone, he would need 4.5 hours more than to complete the job if they work together. Then how much time would they take if they complete the work together? So this is also we explained in our classroom topics. So for this the formula will be simple, that is x is equals to square root of AB. So let's see the explanation here. So here the combined work of Mahesh and Krishna, let us assume it as x. And what he gave in the question, so Mahesh takes 8 hours more than the combined work of Mahesh and Krishna, and Krishna takes 4.5 hours more than. So this we count as x plus a, and this will take it as x plus b. So these are all the points we already covered in our classroom itself. So those who read my or those who listen my class, they can easily get to know this how to solve this problem. So we find the value of x here. X is equals to 9 by 2. So we'll get the answer as x is equals to 6 hours. So if they work together, they will complete the work in 6 hours. So this comes under the topic of time and work. We already explained these type of problems in our classroom itself. And here is the next question. So this question comes under finding the missing number series. This is also a very simple question. Now this type of problems we also covered in our classroom itself. So the logic involved in these two number in the numbers is, so 2 into 3 will be of 6 and the middle number will be doubled. If you get 14, and 4 into 5 is of 20 and the middle number will be double, you'll get the answer as 32. And 5 into 6 is of 30 and the middle number will be of doubled. Similarly 6 7 is of 42 and the middle number will be double, and we'll get the answer as 58. So which is presented in. So the logic is for this particular one, suppose if we assume 1 2 3 are the three numbers. So what we are doing, first and 3 is multiplied plus, and the second number is multiplied with 2. So we'll get the result here. So this type of problems we already covered in our classroom itself. And meanwhile, you can also share this video to your friends and family members. Get a clear idea. And those students we are preparing for competitive exams and placements, it will be helpful for them to. It will give an idea how to solve or how to solve the question, or how the questions will be appeared in the examination, and how to tackle those questions in an easy manner. Let's move to the next question here. Okay, this also comes under. So what is the question is, Arun finds a letter to be placed in place of one figure. By combining the four letters, you'll get one figure. You'll find some name of a city. Then he asks us to find After finding the name of the city, we need to find the capital city of that. So this is some general knowledge question. This comes an analogy type, which generally saying we comes under analogy type of question. First, we'll try to find what will comes in. So this in place of question mark here, and in play and exclamation here, in place of question mark and explanation here. So we need to find the values or the letters present in question mark. And suppose see here, if we add 9 plus 7 plus 5, we'll get to u as 21. So if you add all these things, it will get it as a 21. And if you add all this, we'll get the sum as 5. Similarly, if we add all this one, we'll get it as 9 plus 9 is of 18. So what is the place value of 18? R. Next, 7 plus 4 plus 9. So what will get the values? So 12 plus 4 is of 16. So the 16 place value is of P. So the value or the capital we are getting it as Peru. So we need to know the capital of this particular country, that is Peru. If we know that capital only, then we will be able to solve this. Anyhow, we find the values regarding question mark and exclamation here, but we need to know the capital city of this particular country. Then only we will be able to solve this answer. So the capital city for Peru is of Lima. If you are good at general knowledge, then you will be able to solve. Then only you will be able to solve. Otherwise, you are unable to solve this question answer. And let's move to the next question here. And here is the next question. Shiva defines a number connected with 9. And if it is divisible by 9, or sum of the digits is 9, or if the digits of the number, okay, if 9 is one of the digits of the number, and other numbers are not connected with 9, as per the definition. So integers from 1 to 9 which are not so we need to find the integers which are not connected with 9. So let us try to simplify this question here. So from 1 to 19, so what are the numbers which are divisible by 9? So both equations are same here. Divisible by 9 and sum of digits are equals to 9, both are same. So likewise we have 10 numbers present. What are those numbers? Means 9, 18, 27, 36, 45, 63, 72 and 81. So these are all the 10 numbers which are divisible by 9, and the sum is also 9 for these numbers. Next, he gave next condition that if 9 is one of the digits in that number, then it is also divisible by 9. So likewise there are of 8 numbers. So what are those numbers? Means 19, 29, 39, 49, 59, 69, 79 and 89. So up to we have given only up to 91 to 90 numbers. So these are the 8 numbers. And what is asking the question? So with 9, 18 numbers are divisible, and out of 90 numbers, what are how many are not divisible by 9? Means 90 minus 18, that will be equals to 72. So 72 numbers are not connected with 9. So which is presented in option 3. I hope you understand this question. This question comes under number system topic. It is a for this we need a complete idea regarding the topic of number system. Then only you will be able to solve this question. Otherwise, it is somehow difficult to solve the problem. Let us move to the next question. So this question also comes under number system topic, precisely saving divisibility rule. So those who listen the my class of divisibility, so they will get a clear idea how to solve this question. So this in divisibility we have some special concept. Suppose if a number is if a number AB is multiplied with 101, we'll get the number as AB. And if a number AB is multiplied with 10101, we'll get AB series. And if a number ABC is multiplied with 1001, we'll get the series as ABC and ABC. So these are all the rules we already covered in our classroom itself while using the some special rules on divisibility concept. If you remember this point here, then you will be able to solve these problems in an easy manner. So what you ask in the question, what is the value of DD, F, E, G, and then you need to multiply F into G. So we need to find the value of F into G here. So if you can find that this will be equals to DED, and this will be equals to DED, this will be equals to DED. So if we add all these things, we will get the value of 11203. Now what you asked in the question, we need to multiply the values of F and G. So here the value of F will be 2, and if the value of G will be of 3. So if we multiply 2 into 3, we'll get the answer as 6. So the answer for this particular problem will be 6. So for this also some detailed concept to analogy is required, or this detailed concept understanding is needed. This question not will not come down that strike in a first manner, or directly it will not strike it. So we need to think on this problem, or we have a better conceptual clarity, then only we will able to solve this question here. And let us move to the next question here. Okay, this will also some calculation based question. So let us read the question here. So Sunita working as a deputy collector and she'll get a monthly salary of 74,000, and she is to spend it on three heads. So what it is: personal, family expenses, that is we denoted here as P, and medical, and C denoted with M, and charity denoted, and the rest were savings. So P was a 70 percentage of salary, and M was 20 percentage of P, and C was 15 percentage of M. Okay, up to this point one case. And next, when she get a salary hike, her salary is 60 percentage higher than the past. Suppose if she is getting 100 rupees, now her salary was 160 rupees. Likewise we need to take next she maintained same percentage of means whatever the salary she was spending on personal expenses. So initially she is spending 70 percentage, now also is spending 70 percentage. Next, M became 25 percentage of P, and she became 20 percentage of M. Then we need to find the difference between the savings. So after subtracting from our salary, suppose income minus expenditure, we'll get the savings here. So we have basic formula: income is equals to expenditure plus savings. I need savings here, income minus expenditure. If I subtract that value, I'll get the savings. After finding the two savings, S1 before in increasing the salary and after increasing the salary, we need to find the difference. So this value we need to find here. So let us try to analyze this question one by one here. So this was let us assume 100 percentage was the her initial salary. After increasing her salary by 60 percentage, now our salary now was 160 parts here. So she spent 70 percentage, and next M was 20 percentage of 70. So 20 percentage 70 will be of 14. Next, say charity will be of 15 percentage of M. So 15 percentage of M will be of 2.1. So if we find the savings here, 100 minus 70 plus 14 plus 21, that will be equals to 13.9. So our savings before increasing our salary was 13.9. Next, let us try to see after increasing the salary what are our savings here. So he gave same value. So what is the 70 percentage of 160? 70 percentage of 160 will be of 112. Next, 25 percentage of 112 will be of 28, and 20 percentage of 28 will be of 5.6. So our savings are 160 minus 112 plus 28 plus 5.6, will get it as 14.1. So our savings are now 14.0. So we need to find the difference between the two savings here. So the difference between the two savings are 0.5. Now 0.5 percentage this one. So we need to find the value of that one here. So 0.5 percentage of 74,000, that will be equals to 370. So the difference in savings will be of 370. So this is the easiest method to explain this question here. And if we understand it, so we need to solve the question one by one, we'll get a better clarity. But one thing you'll get confused here, some may take there is a chance that some may take here P value to be of 70. If you take 70 here, will be why? Because in the question he gave P was 70 percentage and same percentage of P. Same percentage of P when means when 70 percentage of 100 NV. But here it is not 100 and now it is 160. So we need to find 70 percentage of 160 here. So that 170 percentage of 160 will be of 112. We know that point, we will get the answer for this particular problem in an easy manner here. The answer for particular problem will be option B, that is 370 rupees, or the difference between our savings will be of 370 rupees. Let us move to the next question here, and here is the next question. And this question comes under compound interest topic. So already given the question, he gave the data related to. So Vijay invested a sum of, so he gave the principal P, and he gave the rate of interest per annum, and then we need to find what? We need to find the compound interest. So and he gave the time period also. Time period is of 1 by 4 years, and he gave the condition it is compounded 5 monthly. So let us try to write the data given. So the principal he gave it as 8192, rate of interest this is per annum. So we need to find by monthly or 5 monthly year, and the time period we gave it as 15 months. So 15 months we need to divide into equally, that is 5 months 5 months, that is 3 15 months, 5 months 5 months 5 months are there. So we need to find the rate of interest for 5 monthly. So the rate of interest for 5 monthly will be of 6.25 for pi monthly. So this 6.25 in fraction point can be written as 1 by 16. So initially principal was 16 parts, later it was increased by 1 part, then it will become 17. So if we need, I already told in our classes that we need to remember the minimum cubes up to 20 and squares up to 30, then only solving the problems is easy for us. So 16 cube is of 4093 and 17 cube is of 4913, and the question he gave it as 4093 will be equals to 8192, which means 4096 into 2 will get it as 8172. Similarly, what is the difference between 4096 and 84912 means that we call it as a compound interest. That compound interest will be of 817 parts. Here one part will be 2, so it is also multiplied with 2. So he is getting an interest of 1634 rupees, which is presented in option 4. So this is also can also be solved in another method. So if we multiply 3, 3, 1 format, so here we are getting how much interest, 3 parts, 5 parts, and so this is also tree method. So if you remember tree method also, you can also solve like, or some we can also solve by using a plus b plus c plus ab plus bc plus ca divided by 100 plus abc divided by 10,000. If we simplify this question also, we'll get the same value here. But let us try to find roughly this question here. Suppose if we add this question 6.25, 6.25 into 3 will become what, 18.75, and this is roughly sum equals to 20 percentage. So what is 20 percentage of 8190? We will get approximately 1640 or 50 here, but we have two options nearly, so that's why we need to find the answer exactly here. So if we find this method, we will get the answer in an easy manner. Otherwise, you can also find using a plus b plus c plus ab plus bc plus ca by 100 and plus abc by 100. You can also this method to calculate the interest, or you can also use the tree method to solve this question here. I hope you understand this question here. And let us move to the next question here. Okay, this one is the next question here. So study the this question comes under coded inequalities topic. This is also this kind of question also we are already explaining in the classes itself. So what he asked in the question, what should be in the place of question mark? So this value we need to find based on the this arrangement. So he gave DE star $9 P, $60 P, A hash A. So we need to find what will be come in place of this question mark here. So let us try to analyze here. So this was the given data here. So if we take here, DE star will be present, and after that 0 places are left, and after that 1 place is left, and SP was written, and that 1 place is, so 0 place, 1 place is left, and then 2 places are left, and then written here, and then 3 places are, okay, 2 places are left, okay, 0, 1, 2 left, here also 1, 2, 3, 4, so 0, 1, 2, 3 left here, and 4, likewise this format is following here. Next what we 60 0 hash, after leaving 2 places here we'll get A, and after leaving 3 places A hash A, and after leaving 4 places here A, and after leaving 4 places here we are getting AAL. So AAL will be our answer. So this pattern is following, 0, 1, 2, 3 elements are missing from one element to another element. Similarly 0, 1, 2, 3 elements are also missing. So 2 times suppose this the pattern is following. So the answer for this particular problem will be option A. Okay, option 2, that is AAL. Let us move to the next question here. So this will be the next question. So Rajesh codes the alphabets of numbers A as 1, B as 2, C as 3, and so on, Z as 26. So after adding all the letters, what will be? So we need to add these letters. So in our class problems, we just solve simply. Suppose what is the value regarding cow? So what we need? So we 3 plus 15 plus 23. If we add all these things, so we'll get some value, that is 18 plus 23. That will be equals to 11 and 41. So the sum will be of 41. But if this small words are given, then we can easily find the sum by like. But this is a very big question. In this case also we need to add the same thing here. So for this was, we are dividing this word into parts here. So what we do, pneumono, ultra, microscopic, silico, volcano, conicis. So if we add all these things, we will get the answer 560 for this particular problem here. If you add all these values here, we can get 560 as our answer. So if you want any doubt, you can also add all these things. We'll get the sum as 560. Let us move to the next question. Okay, this question comes under time, speed, distance. So what is given the question? Speeds of Rohit and Lalita are 30 kilometers per hour and 40 kilometers per hour. Initially, Lalita it is at X place and Rohit at Y place. The distance between X and Y is of 650 kilometers. And Rohit started 3 years earlier than Lalita to meet him. If both meet him at a place Z and somewhere in between X and Y, and the distance between X and Y, okay, Y and Z is of P, then what is the value of P divided by 2? So if we analyze this question, suppose initially X and Y, X is at, okay, at X place Lalita is present, at Y place Rohit was present, and the difference between these two places is of 650 kilometers, and the speed of Rohit is of 30 kilometers per hour. So both are traveling in opposite direction in order to meet each other. Next, Rohit is started 3 hours earlier. So in 1 hour he can travel 30 kilometers. So in 3 hours he covered 90 kilometers. Now the distance is only between X and Sun R dash is of only 560 kilometers. So we need to find the time taken for meeting at the jet place here. So after for covering this much distance and for covering this much distance, how much time they are taking here? So time is equals to distance divided by time. 560 divided by speed, we get as 8 hours. So what means X in order, okay, L in order to reach Z place she is taking 8 hours, and R from R is taking, so he already started 3 hours earlier and this 8 hours. So R is taking 11 hours in order to reach the place Z. So the distance covered by R in that 11 hours will be of 330 kilometers. So this value will take it as P. Why? Because in the question he asks us distance between Y and Z. So the distance between Y and Z is of 330, and we need to find the value of P by 2. So the P value here will be 330. 330 divided by 2, that will be equals to 165. The answer this for this particular problem will be 165. All you need to do is you need to understand the concept clearly, then only you will be able to solve the problem. So if we practice this level of questions, then we can solve any type of problems which will come in the exam. And let us move to the next question here. So this question also very easiest question. This type of problem we already covered in our classes itself. So what he gave in the question is he gave a conserve and it was coded as like this, and we need to find the value of numerous. Suppose if we observe here, there are only how many letters present? 8 letters, but if we observe here, there are 16 letters are present. So if we can came to know that the logic will be the previous letter and next letter. So if so suppose what is the previous letter for C means C letter will be B and the next letter will be D. So likewise all the letters are written. If we apply the same logic for numerous also, we'll get the answer as this one, that is which is presented in option C. Let us move to the next question here, and here is the next question. So there are this question comes under clocks topic. So there are two persons or two friends R and S. R lives in USA and S lives in India. One day R asked S that if the time now in USA is 3 hours, then what will be the time in India? So then yes replied that in India is 9.5 hours ahead of USA. Then what will be the time in with 18 hours from now in India? If it is in USA as 4:15 hours. So let us try to simplify this question here. Suppose if in USA the time was 4:15. So what he asked in the question, after 18 hours, what will be the time? So if we add this 18 hours here, it will become what? 22:15. If we convert into Indian time, it will be of 10:15 p.m. on that same day. But in the question he gave that the time difference between India and USA will be of how many hours means that is 9:30 hours. And if we add this 9:30 to this 10:15 p.m., we'll get the same answer as 7:45. But it's not on the same day, that is on the next day. So the answer for this, so we have two answers here, 7:45 in the evening, 7:45 in the next morning. So it is 7:45 in the next morning or in the next day. And next more question. Here is the next question. This question comes under directions topic. So you need to be clarity while reading the question here. So already given the question here, dollar means what? North. So you need to placements are also important here. So here A and D, here A and so here first it was started by A, but it was started with D here. So we need to read the question also in a reverse manner here. So what is the question? Find the shortest distance between S and T. So we need to find the shortest distance between S and T. So where S was present? So S was present here and T was present here. So we need to check the distance in between these two persons only. And if we arrange the question here, What is the question consortium? Yes, 5 meters star R. So what star actually indicates? Star actually indicates, so suppose if we take S here and we can take R here. So this can be written as R is to the west of, okay, R is 5 meters to the west of S. R is 5 meters to the west of S, which means to the west of S, R is present and the distance between S and R is of 5 meters. So up to this point was completed. Next, R3M and J. So what under reference here? Suppose R is here and J will be here. So R is to the, okay, R is 3 meters to the east of D. R is 3 meters to the east of J here. R is 3 meters to the east of J here. So to the east of J, R was present. So and the distance is 3 meters here. And next, we consider this portion here. J 6 meters percentile K. So what percentile means? Suppose J was here and K was here. So this can be written as K is 6 meters to the south of J. So K is 6 meters to the south of J. So to the south of J, 6 meter distance, who is present? K was present. And the last point, K exclamation JT. So K exclamation JT. So this we need to read this question here. Suppose here K was present and here JT was present. So this can be written as K stands exactly in the middle of K stands exactly in the middle of J and T. So in between J and D, exactly middle J K was present. So the distance between J and K of 6 meters. Similarly, in order to stand K in the middle, so distance between K and T is also 6 meters. And after arrange this equation, so the distance, what you ask in the question, what is the shortest distance between S and T? So we need to find the distance between S and T here. So from J to T, the distance is of 12 meters, and from J to S, the distance is of 8 meters. And if we simplify this equation here, in order to get the value of distance between S and T here, so square root of 8 square plus 12 square, we'll get it as a square root of 208. If we simplify that one, we'll get the answer as 4 root 13 will be our answer, which is presented in option A or option 1. This is the easiest method to solve this question. Only you need to read the question carefully and then we'll get the answer here. Let us move to the next question here. And here is the next question. This comes under calendar's topic. What given the question? Ramana was born in the year 29th Feb 2016, which happened to be Monday. So 29th Feb 2016 is a leap year, which means for every 4 years he was celebrating his birthday. Every 7 years he was celebrating. Okay, every 4 years he was celebrating his birthday. So which means leap year comes after every 4 years. And if he lives up to 2019, in how many birthdays he would celebrate it on Monday? So this can be solved in two ways. I'll explain both the methods here. See here, 29th Feb 2016 was of Monday. Suppose if he lives up to 20,099. So as the given year, this 2016 is a leap year. The same day will come after 28 years. The same day or the same day, that is Monday, will come after 28 years. So if you know this logic, we'll get the answer here. So if you add this 28 to this one, you'll get why? Because this if we divide this 16 divided to 4, we'll get the remainder as 0. If the remainder is a 0, not to get the next year, we need to add plus 20. Not like that, we already explained in our classes here. 2016 plus 28, that will be equals to 2044. So 25 at 2044, the same day will come at on Monday, and the same this 2044 will be added to 28. We'll get the 2072 also Monday. And if we add this 722 with 72 with 28, we'll get 2100 on Monday. But our data, he lived only up to 2099. So this is not. So how many times Monday will appear here? So this one time and return. So the Monday will appear for two times. This is one way of solving. And there is also another way of solving here. So 29th Feb is on 29th Feb 2016 is on Monday. The same day will come after 7 consecutive leap years. So we need to count the consecutive leap years. So after 2016, so this is one leap year, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So at this point, Monday will come here. Next, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. At this point also Monday will come here. Next, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, only 6 was present. Suppose if 2100 present. So one more Monday will come here. So how many Mondays are present here? Only 2 Mondays are present. These are all the questions of analysis based question. If you have good conceptual clarity only, then only you will be able to solve these questions here. The answer of this particular problem will be option 1. This the Monday will come only for 2 times here. Let us move to the next question here. Here is the next question. This is comes under statement and conclusion types of question. So let us read the question here. There are two under industrialists, Shyam and Manoj, have industries right next to each other, and they have been working hard for industries development. And both of them manufacturing the same product. They have manufactured the same product, and both of them spend equal amount of time and use the same material and equally hardworking. During the sales period, Sam had better product sales compared with the Manoj product. So we need to find the conclusion here. So what he gave in the conclusion one, quality of materials used by Manoj was not good. So but in the question he clearly mentioned that they are using the same material, means they are also using the same quality. So the statement the conclusion one is wrong here. Next, conclusion to power cuts ruin the quality of Manoj product. So in the question where he didn't mention that. So one person is getting more power, one other person is getting less power. He didn't mention like that. So the second conclusion also wrong here. So the answer for this particular problem will be neither the conclusion one nor the conclusion two will follows here. Let us move to the next question here. And here is the next question. These also comes under statement and assumption type of question. So the civic authority has decided that all the factories located inside the city limits be shifted to reduce the level of environmental pollution in the city. So what is the first assumption? Means the pollution level in the city may reduce after these factories are shifted outside. Okay, the authority has as an assumption think that or assume that if we shift the factories inside the city to outside the places, there may be a chance of reducing the pollution. So the assumption one is a correct one here. Next, if enough usable land is available outside the city limits for these factories. So what the other these things means, there is an enough place outside the city. Then only they are thinking that to shifting of factories inside the city to outside. So this assumption two is also the correct one. So next, what is the conclusion? Assumption 3 here. Many of these factories may shift to some other smaller towns to remain profitable. So the civic authorities are not thinking to for profitable point of view. That the only thing here they are thinking to shift the factories from inside to outside the city. So this assumption 3 is wrong one here. So how many are following? Okay, assumption 1 and assumption 2 are following. So option 2 will be the correct. Only assumption 1 and 2 are following this question here. And let us move to the next question here. So this will be the counting number of triangles and squares topic here. So what you ask in the question, find the number of triangles and squares in the following figure. This figure, how many triangles and how many rectangle, okay, how many squares are present. So this introduction we already covered in topic in our classes. Suppose we find this type of arrangement here. Suppose this type of arrangement here. So how many triangles are present means 3 into 3 is of 4. So 3 into for this 3 into 3 is of 9 triangles are present, and we are also covered in our classes that suppose if it is of a square and like diagonal lines are made, how many triangles are present means 9 triangles are present here. So 9 triangles are present. This is one triangle, this is one triangle, and this is one triangle, and this is one triangle. So there are additionally 4 more triangles here. So 17 plus 2, okay, 9 plus 8 plus 4 is of 17 plus 9, 4 is of 21. So how many triangles are present? 21 triangles. So, so 21% here and 21% here. So our answer to be either 1 or 4. Next, let us try to count the number of squares also. So this is also we covered in our classes. Suppose if we find this type of arrangement here, we have how many squares means 5 squares. So here we are finding this here. So four squares are present, and this is one more square, and this inside one more square. So how many means? So 5 plus 6 plus 7. So 7 squares are present here. So the answer for this particular problem will be option 4. I hope I understand this question here. Let us move to the next question here. So this also comes under embedded figure. So among the given option, we need to find the embedded one. So if we observe the given question here, so if we see here m was present here. So like this. So which is present like this. The option for answer for this particular problem will be option 1. Let us move to the next question here. So this will be the next question. This comes under mirror and water image type of question, and we need to find what will be the water image for this question. So if we arrange this question here, this will be appeal. So this is not like this, and this may be our answer, and shaded will be here. So shading portion will be present here. So the shading portion will be present left side. So shading portion will be present only in the answer. So answer for this particular problem will be option 2. All you need to good at basics, then we will be able to solve the questions in an easy manner. Let us move to the next question here, and here is the next question. In the month of January, students of Chaitanya Bharati Public School visited MS Swaminathan farm where they saw rabbits and pigeons. One of the students started counting. If the heads are counted, there are 348, and if the legs are counted, 1060 legs. And he observed that the three pigeons out of the total pigeons present were dead. Then how many pigeons are present? This is also discussed in our classroom problems while dealing ratios and proportions topic. And some this question also will discuss under mixtures and allegation topic also. So those will listen my class, so they can easily solve this question here. Let's see the explanation. So this is one way of explanation here. So what you given the question, heads are counted, there are of how many heads? So 340 heads. So p plus r is of 340, and pigeon has 2 legs and rabbit has 4 legs. We'll get it as 1060 legs. If we simplify these two equations, we'll get p is of 150. But in the question he mentioned that the 3 are dead. So how many pigeons are present means 150 minus 3 is of 147. This is one way of solving. There is also one more method, that is mixture and allegation method. Mixture and allegation. Suppose if I assume all are of rabbits, how many legs are present means 1360 legs are present. And if I assume all are of pigeon, there will be 680 legs. But in the question, how many legs are present? 1060 legs. And if we take high low low high method, we'll get 380 and 300. And the ratio between will if we simplify this question, it will become 19 is to 15. If I add this 19 and 15, that will be equals to 34. The 34 parts will be equals to 340, which means one part will be equals to 10. But he asked in the question, we need to find the 15 parts value. So 15 into 10 is of 140. In the question, he clearly mentioned that the 3 are dead while counting. So 150 minus 3 is of 147. So you can solve by using this method or this method. So all you need to do, you need to be good at solving the problems, and you need to practice more number of questions to understand which model is exactly or which type of question is asked in the examination. So let us move to the next question here, and here is the next question. Okay, this question comes under ages topic. This type of problems we already covered many of the questions in our classrooms and practice handouts also. So what is given the question? Sum of present ages of Ramu and his son Jagadish is of 60 years. And 6 years ago, Ramu's age was 5 times as that of Jagadish. Then after 6 years, that will be the Jagadish age. So if we take the year, so present ages, some will Ramu and Jagadish will be of 60 years, and 6 years ago, what will be the sum of their ages? Mean the sum of their ages 6 years will be of 40 years. Why I am taking 40 years? Means if one person's age is decreased by 6 years, means the other person's age is also decreased by 6 years. Since there are here two persons are present, the two persons' age is also decreased by 6 and 6 for each one. So 60 minus 12 is of 48, and the ratio of 6 years ago will be the 5 is to 1. So this 6 parts will be equals to 48, which means one part will be equals to 8. And then the ages of Ramu and his son Jagadish, it will be 40 is to 8 when it is 6 years ago. But at present, if I add this plus 6 year, it will be 14 years. But if I add, what he asked in the question, after 6 years, what will be the Jagadish year? So if I add 6 more years here, 14 plus 6 will be of 20 years. So the age of his son Jagadish will be of 20 years. I hope you understand these questions here. And let us move to the next question here. And here is the next question. This question comes under this is a very simple question, that is a divisibility test rule. If you know the divisibility rule, then you can easily solve this question here. So he gave what he gave 2 into 4 into 6 into 8 into 10 into 12 into 4 into 16 into 18, and that will be equals to some value. So if we are good at solving problems here, we need to check the 9 divisibility or 3 divisibility here. So here 3 was present, 3 divisibility was present, here 9 divisibility was present. So what is 9 divisibility? Sum of digits divisible by 9. So then the whole number is divisible by 9. So which means this whole number is divisible by 9. So what we need to find? We need to find the value of x plus y plus z. So if we do simply check the divisibility of 9 rule here. So if we add all these things here, 30 plus x plus y plus z, it has to be completely divisible with 9. So in order to completely divisible with 9, so if I take 12 as my answer, 42 is not divisible with 9. Next 43 is also not divisible with 9. 44 is also not divisible. And then 45. 45 is exactly divisible with 9. So the answer for this particular problem, x plus y plus z, will be of 15, which is presented in option 4. And let us move to the next question here. And here is the next question. They gave some paragraph or puzzle type of question here. On an occasion of unveiling statue of social justice, government of AP stalls at 7, 8 stalls are present. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, up to 8. And he gave the data here. So he started from 1 and walked to stall 3, which is at a distance of 24 meters towards east. And after reading all this question, if you will get this type of arrangement, if you get this type of arrangement, then you will get the answer. So what he asked in the question, what is the shortest distance between stall 3 and stall 6? So we need to find, so where stall 3 was present, stall 3 was present here and stall 6 was present here. So the distance between from this point to this point is of 32 and this point is of 20. So if we find this shortest distance between S3 and S6 will be square root of 32 square plus 20 square, and if we simplify this equation, we'll get the answer as 4 root 89. We'll get the answer as 4 root 89. So all you need to arrange this type of by reading the question one by one. Next, what again the question, what is the direction of stall 1 with respect to stall 2? So what we need to find, so what is the direction of stall 1 with respect to stall 2? So what is the direction means it is in north direction and the distance is of 35 meters. So it is in north direction and it is 35 question. These are all time taking questions and it will take some time to arrange the question properly, then you will get the answer. Let us move to the next question here. Okay, this is the next type of question here. This is also one type of arrangement condition here. So YSR Kadapa team has to play a match at Visakhapatnam for Ardham Andhra team. So 5 members has to be selected each from each team. So I gave some condition. B and C cannot be selected together. Wicket must be there. E and G cannot be selected together. Among E and FG, only 2 person has to be selected. If A is selected, H must be selected. There must be at least 2 batsmen, 2 bowlers. If C is considered both batsman and wicket keeper, and the prices are given here, irrespective amount. And let us see the question here. So we are writing all these questions here or conditions here. If B and C cannot be present together and wicket keeper must be present, E and G cannot be together present. Among E, F, G, H, only 2 person has to be selected. If A selected, H must be selected, which means A and H must be present in the team. And there are at least 2 batsmen and 2 bowlers present. And C is considered as both batsman and wicket keeper. And these are all like data here. So this is the first question. What is the first question means? And it is favorable to spin bowling. So who are present here? Spin bowlers here. So E and G are the spin bowlers here. Next, what again the question? It is decided that C and G has to be selected. So C and G has to be selected here. So in the question, you can clearly assume. Suppose if C was selected, B cannot be selected. So B cannot be selected. Next, if G is selected, E is also not selected. So E is also not selected here. Next, what we need to do, we need to select the team of 5 members. So it has to contain 2 bowlers and so see 2 batsmen and 2 bowlers along with the wicket keeper. Wicket keeper must present in the team. So who are the wicket keepers? Either C or D are the wicket keepers. So already C was present here. So C is acting both wicket keeper and batsman here. And after that, if I select A here, then H must be selected. And who will be present here? So the remaining person will be of D. So here D I am considering as a wicket keeper, and if I add all these values here, you will get the answer as 28,000. All you need to do, you need to understand the question carefully and taking the persons here. And the next question here. So it is known that it is favorable for fast bowling, and it is decided to compose a team with 2 fast bowlers. So there must be 2 fast bowlers are present. Then what is the least amount? So we need to select the players according to the least amount to be spent from forming the team here. So these are the given conditions here. So it is favorable for fast bowlers. So first I'll take the fast bowlers here. So F and H are the fast bowlers. And in the question, if A is present, H must be selected. So A is present must present here. And what is given the question? Among E, F, G, H, two person has to be selected. Suppose if F are already selected, so who has to be selected? So either E, F, G has to be selected here, and but we need to choose the equation that has to be present for least amount here. So we selected F here, H here, A here, and B and D. So if B selected, C cannot be selected here. That's why we are selecting the wicket keeper as D here. So this was the data, and the least amount for forming the team is of 27,000 if by arranging the things here. And the last question here. YSR Kadapa team decided to one fast bowler and one spinner, and the budget is only of 26,000. So it has a one fast bowler and one spinner. So we need to consider who will be the what is the question, which among the following not be the member satisfying the condition. Suppose in the question it clearly there, if A is present, H must be present. So my answer to be either E or G. Why? Because A and H must be present in the team. So these are the given conditions, and if we these are all the data. Suppose if I select A here, H must be present, and if I select H here, I should not select. I should select only two persons from this team here, either E, F, G, H. Among these two persons, who will be having the less amount, then E is having the less amount. Suppose if I select E here, G must not be selected here, and if I, and after that B will be selected, and then D will be selected. If B will be selected, C cannot be selected here, and the wicket keeper I am taken as. So the least amount possible for forming the team is of 26,500. So these are all the questions which were asked in yesterday's exam. I hope you enjoyed the session here, and let us we'll continue the session with one more interesting videos. Thank you for watching our video. Have a good day. We'll meet in the next video.